Good morning, everyone. I hope you had a blessed weekend. As always, we are starting off the week with St. John's Eve. This still is an extremely powerful holy day celebrated around the world and particularly in New Orleans. There are huge rituals still held there that involve purification and forms of baptism, forms of initiation. It's just a very sacred, holy day. And part of the reason behind this is Marie Laveau held the first public ritual on Bayou Saint John in 1830. What was significant about this is that in 1830, with this public ritual, all races and colors and cultures and ethnicities were included in this public ritual. Everyone was allowed to attend. Marie Laveau had very strong political influence. She was an extremely powerful and shrewd woman. She was a genius businesswoman, had her own beauty business. This is one of the ways that she collected information from her clients and soon-to-be clients, is the sort of gossip and the tea that gets spilled in the beauty parlors. So she used this to her advantage. But she was also for unification, organization, and community, and using Vodou as a way to make change politically in her present world at that time. Another significant energy that was happening in 1830 when she set up this public ritual was that people were still, the Haitian Revolution ended about 25 years prior to this. So that feeling was still palpable, let's say that. There are a lot of Haitians in New Orleans and surrounding areas, and while New Orleans Vodou differs very much from Haitian Vodou, our current reigning Voodoo Queen, Sally Ann Glassman, is initiated in Haitian Vodou. She was initiated in Haiti, and that obviously influenced New Orleans Vodou. So the Haitian Revolution was organized by Vodou priests and priestesses to lead the slaves in organizing, communicating, and fighting, and creating organization around gaining their freedom. And this worked. So we were coming off of that energy of that wanting that freedom and fighting for that and utilizing a well-organized belief system, which is what Voodoo absolutely is, to fight against oppression, fight against the oppressors, and making change in their country at the time. So coming off of that energy was still very prevalent when Marie Laveau set up this ritual in 1830. And to include different classes and different races and different political powers, stances of political power, this was, just unprecedented, okay? And while as we create ritual as humans and as it evolves, St. John's Eve started out as one thing to honor John the Baptist. But now, as history happens and we start to associate new facts and new revolutions and new, political turns and new growth in our society and in our countries and in our cities, St. John's Eve has taken on a new, powerful role and meaning for us. And I should have prefaced this video with the fact that whether I am a folklore preservationist, that is what I do. That is what I do with my work, with my artwork, is I preserve folklore stories. So if you look at my novena candles that I offer, it is to preserve these folk saints and to preserve these powerful entities and to pass this folklore along. And by teaching you the correspondences and the stories that go along with the image on the candle. It may seem like just a candle, but to me, this is my avenue and my tool that I use to preserve the folklore of this country. And the folklore of this country is completely woven from the folklore of all of the people that have brought their stories here and brought their traditions here and brought their deities and brought their spirits. So whether or not you approve of the hue that I am, you cannot discount my profession as a folklorist. So, and I have talked about my ethnic background previously in many videos and in many interviews. You can find it. It's out there. That's not what this video is about. So, St. John's Eve, holding a ritual tonight. This is a time for you to petition and honor Marie Laveau. The best way to utilize this energy is to make a small offering to her. Everything that she did for this country with uniting different classes and colors of people, everything that she did to preserve and maintain and then promote Voodoo here as one of our folk traditions here in America, in the United States. I shouldn't say America, in the United States. It is very, very important to honor this woman, and that is what I will be doing tonight. It is also an appropriate time to make a request from her. If you have a request that has not been answered, that you have not been seeing results with, particularly anything based around purification or healing or protection, success, victory. She can even areas of love and good fortune and luck. She was definitely called upon in. She's really a full spectrum spirit. She would help anybody with anything, and she did not turn people away. And that is the spirit that I know I want to exude and imbue in my work. And I think that it is important for our country to look at the example that she set by holding this ritual in 1830. So if you want to send up prayers for anything happening right now currently, I'm not going to get into political affairs or anything right now, but if you want to send up prayers or requests to protect certain groups of people that may need that right now, this would be a prime opportunity. If you want to ask for request for yourself, or if you just want to honor the spirit of Marie Laveau and honor her contributions to our folk magic and folk traditions here in the United States, particularly the South, this is a wonderful day to do it. So you can sign up at the link in my bio. I would love to read your petitions, love to help you with a petition. So make sure that you get registered for that. And I'm going to start setting up my St. John's Eve ritual altar. I hope to see all of you and your petitions this evening. Be blessed.